Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet of MLB 16, the show, Kansas City Royals franchise. This is Royal Core. This is episode 15, as we are taking a special report. Special report. I'm just kidding with you guys. But no, this is a special report here. It is a double-A preview what's going on in our AA playoffs. Now, I don't talk too much about the farm teams here for Kansas City Royals, but this is our AA farm team, which is called the Naturals. They're from Northwest Arkansas, and they are this year they play pretty well. They've won the first half, as you see there in the standings there in the Texas League North Division, in the Texas League AA, and they are really good. They play excellent. There you see, they're 32-32, 3 games out of first place, but they actually won the first half, so that means they get a playoff spot in the playoffs later on in October. So they'll be playing against in the first round. Actually, we'll be playing against the Springfield Cardinals. Of course, that's the AA affiliate of the St. Louis Cardinals. Ironically enough, we just started this new franchise there on MLB 17. So, and it didn't happen on purpose. That was not the case. But it kind of going from one franchise to the other. But yeah, this is just a preview video, or at least a quick video talking about somewhat about the team. Now, I don't know many of the players on the team and whatnot, but we do have a couple of players that we do need to feature here. I believe we have a right fielder called Jorge Bonifacio, a pretty decent right fielder. As you're taking a look here, we're looking at the batting averages right now for a lot of the Naturals players. But like I said, I don't know much about the players. Some of these players are. I think this is the roster. I think they actually have the actual players. So, of course, now it's been this roster's been set up since MLB 14, the show. Excuse me. They have changed here quite a bit as we've now. This is what the third game we've. Excuse me. Second game that we actually ported into for this series in. So it's gonna be really interesting how this is gonna work out. So far, like I said, I think I've said in other videos, this is the series I think I've been having the most fun out of. Really understanding or looking at the makeup of this organization, what they're doing and what they need, and so far it's been working out pretty well here. We've got 2 pitchers that are we got from the Rule 5 draft that we got. That, if you guys don't know, the Rule 5 draft, those are players that teams they have players that have X amount of service for MLB service, and they have to be a part of a 25-man roster. Well, actually, the 25 and 40-man roster, and they have to be able to play in the major league. So we got lucky enough. We got 2 pitchers that we got in that Rule 5 draft. Now us here drafting guys ourselves, and in what do you call in the actual first year players draft. We actually have some pretty good, decent players here in this for this ball club here. As you see, there's one of them right there, Jarrett. I'm not gonna try to butcher his name there, but he's one of our. I think he's our right fielder, who you guys will see here in a couple of days when we start this playoffs. We're gonna show the games in their entirety. We're gonna show you the AA playoffs. It's the first round's best of 5. You got to win 3 games, of course, to go to the next round, which will be the Texas League Championship game. And we'll see. I believe it will be either. I think it's the Hooks and the Rockhounds are playing in that game. So depending on if we can get through the Cardinals there, so Springfield, will be taking on either the Midland Round Rock, or the Corpus Christi Hooks in the championship round if we make it that far. But yeah, this ball club, I've already played the first couple of games for you guys, and actually I think by the end of the week here, you guys should have all the games that be played. All right, so for the most part here, I've already know what happened for this for this series and whatnot, but eventually we'll be going back to playing some Kansas City Royals franchise. Actually, we'll be moving along here pretty quickly. We got some things that will be coming up here in the next couple of episodes. We got some injuries. I think, we got a couple of injuries coming up here, and so on and so forth. We'll be playing along. We got some matchups here. Of course, they got some starts. We got I think Aaron Brooks will have a couple starts there for us, along with some other players that we're going to try to feature in a couple of games. So I'm trying to move the series along here quickly so we can get to the playoffs and eventually get into the off season. But for right now, it's been a lot of fun, playing as the Royals, and this will be a series that will continue on into MLB 17, along with the St. Louis Cardinals franchise, which has been a lot of fun there. I'm working on, matter of fact, a couple episodes right now for that. I think I got to finish up one more game for the Red series there, and that episode will be wrapped up. So trying some different things for that series too. So should be pretty interesting. I can't wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun as we move along here. But we'll show you some of those guys here in just a bit. We'll show you some numbers of those players. But for the most part here, this AA team does playing as a AA team. I kind of forget about in a lot of ways. I kind of wish that there was more hours in the day where I could show you guys and play more of those games and try to intertwine those along with the with the big league team there. Especially so this is about the only time I can really show you guys or talk about the other the farm team. This year the Storm Chasers did not do so well. So of course we're not going to talk too much about them, but we do have a couple of guys coming up from the AAA that will be brought up to the majors, and we'll bring up a couple of AA guys once we get through the playoffs. Depending on if we win or we win this series or we lose it. Eventually, some of those guys will too be coming up to the next level. It's going to be a lot of fun playing this series here. But yeah, playing the AA is really unique and different. Not everybody's on the same. You got a couple guys that are just great baseball players that should be being called up, and I got a couple players here that I jot down during playing some of the games for this first round of the playoffs. I've jotted down some names that I think should be brought up to the next round and seen as a possibility of working with them and trying to get them to the next level. So a couple of AAA guys will be getting called up to, a couple of AAA guys will be called up to the majors, and some of those will be on the team for next season. And then the same thing goes with the guys from the AA going up to AAA. There's a couple of names that I've written down that we're going to be working with there. So It should be a very interesting series. You take a look here, looking at the position players, and look at some of their numbers there. You guys can pause the video and check it out. But yeah, to be quite honest, we'll get into it here in just a bit about those players and whatnot. But playing, like I said, playing the AAA games has been a lot of fun. Really getting to the point where you have to do a lot of, just some really good strategy. I mean, some classic baseball strategy. Hit and runs. You got guys that can run. They can steal bases. Bunting has really been a key thing too. Going to play these AA games here, it's going to be something very fun and different than what it is to playing up in the majors, which a lot of times you don't see those too many things like that going on. So, but the Royals do have some really good. I think they got two great AA pitchers, which we'll see here in a bit. We'll talk about some of those players there. But yeah, just some great pitching. Great position players for also the two that we have, and I'm just hoping that we can win this series here and see if we can go on and play in the Texas League Championship game. That would be something cool and something different. I've never won a championship for a minor league team or anything like that, so. I think it'd be really cool. I tried that with the other, the roadshow characters like that, but they've always usually got called up. And that's why, like right now with Colby Baer, it's been really fun playing him as him in the AA. Kind of taking my time and saving some points up. Really, trying to save those training points up, so he can get moved up, gradually. Having him at least play a year in the AA before you start to bring them up to AAA status. But with the points you get, especially if you're doubling up your points, at some point you're gonna have to you'll get to the mid 70s, and that's when they'll start saying, okay, we want to bring you up to the AAA organization and see what you do there, and then by the time you get to your mid 70s to your 80s, then it should be time for September call-ups, and that's when you get called up and being told that you're gonna have to get ready for the show. So it's gonna be very interesting, and I can't wait to see that to happen here in this, especially in this Royals franchise series. So. And like I said, we'll showcase. I think next season in this series, and also in the new series for the Cardinals franchise, I think we'll start showcasing some of those AA players, or AA, AAA players more often. Maybe play some, maybe do kind of what do you call it, a player lock series where we player lock a lot of those. Some of those big names in AA and AAA here. That'll be something that we could work on for the Cardinals franchise once we get into full swing of that one too, of that series and so on. So yeah, it should be interesting. Playoff here. The Cardinals won the second half of the season, so like I said, they'll be facing the Naturals coming up once we get the playoffs going. Now, as for the videos should be coming out. This video should be coming out on Monday. So the first playoff game, I think, is going to be on either, if not Tuesday, I'm thinking it's Tuesday, but I think it's I think I have it set for Wednesday. It'll be Wednesday, Thursday, and then the next one won't come out until if we get to Game 3. The games 3, 4, and 5 won't take place till like over the course of the weekend. So I believe I want to say the first game is either Tuesday or Wednesday here on the channel, and then game 2 is right behind that the next day, and then we'll have a break in the playoff action. You'll be other videos that on that at the next day after the second game. There'll be some other videos, and then I want to say it'll be Friday when we get to game 3 in that series there, and then so on and so forth. So because the first round, like I said, it's only 5 games, and we'll see what we have to win 3 to move on to the next round. So like I said, you guys will enjoy, and then of course we will have another Royals Court Insider here talking about that playoff series, and talking and then previewing the next one. Depending on who we, depending on if we win or not, we'll have a Royal Insider video. But we'll talk about if we win. We'll talk. We'll have a kind of a section in the video where we'll talk about and preview the who we're playing against, either the Rockhounds or the Hooks. So yeah. But yeah, that should happen at the end of the week. Now, these are some of the players right here we're looking at. There's Hernandez, who's our right fielder, but he's our backup, I believe. And then his second, he's basically an outfielder, and he's he has a B potential, so he has a good, he got some good chance. I mean, he's 59 overall. But he has B potential, so you're looking somewhere around the 80s, upper 80s, maybe mid 80s, somewhere around there at some point once we work with him. Same thing with Sean there, the ace pitcher for us in our AA organization. There you see a B overall average, 72, and you'll see in the first game here, he actually pitches the first game. He pitches a really great game from the get-go. So it should be really interesting to see how that goes. Like I said, he'll take on the Cardinals ace for their AA ball club there in the first game. And then of course there you see some of his pitches. Oh, excuse me. Some of the pitches he makes, that 2-seam fastball, the slider, the changeup, and of course the 4-seam there. Some really good pitches that I think that you can use to get yourself out of any at bat with really any ball club. He's one guy we did draft last season. He's a Missouri-born guy. Now, Jason Adam, he's a upstate New York pitcher. He's also a B average or B potential with a 70 overall. And again, another hopeful for us when it comes to the pitching. The 4-seam, the curveball, the changeup, and of course the cutter. And I believe he'll be pitching in game 2 of this series against the Springfield Cardinals. So those are the two aces that we have on our ball club that we'll be working with, and hopefully next season they'll be there in the majors, or they're in AAA. But there you see the games that will be coming up here. Of course, we are going to interlock with. It's going to intertwine with our schedule with the big ball club, and I think that next game is against for the Royals. I think it's a Orioles. I think it's a Royals matchup. I think it's Duffy that will be on the hill. So we'll still have that. I believe it's the game 5 there. You see that there'll be the next, actually on the same day. There'll be the next game that the Royals will show here with the highlights and stuff from that game. So So that video, will probably be, those two videos will come out the same day, maybe a half hour between each other. But yeah, that is what it's going to look like here for coming out for us for the Nationals AA organization. I just wanted to do something different and kind of showcase some of the AA talent we have and see what they can do. But like I said, you'll see all the games in the full entirety of them, unedited raw game footage of the each game from this series coming up later in the week. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys enjoy the video, please leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, to subscribe for more Kansas City Royals franchise here on ESGNet. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Links are down below in the description. Check those out. See what we have going on here on the channel this summer. And actually, eventually stay tuned. Later this week too, we'll have a update video, and I'll let you guys know what we're gonna be, what you guys will be installed for the pretty much the majority of the summer. What I have in store for all of us. So, but that is it for me. As always, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you guys next time.